A dramatic and explosive development is unfolding in Bangladesh. And at the center of this political storm is a revelation that directly involves India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Amid the ongoing unrest in Bangladesh, a major disclosure has surfaced. Did India save former Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's life? According to her son, Sajeeb Wazed, the answer is yes, and he's publicly thanked Prime Minister Modi for it. Sajeeb Wazed's big revelation. During a recent conversation with Indian media, Sajeeb Wazed made a stunning claim, and his words are now echoing across South Asia and Washington, D.C. India has always been a good friend, and in the crisis, India essentially saved my mother's life. If she had not left Bangladesh in July, she would have been killed. We are eternally grateful to Prime Minister Modi. This refers to the violent uprising in Bangladesh last year. At that time, Wazed says terrorist groups were preparing to kill Sheikh Hasina, and India's intervention was crucial to evacuate her safely. According to Wazed, if Hasina had stayed in Dhaka even a few more hours, the mob and militant factions would have assassinated her. India provided the emergency support needed to protect her during the chaos. This is the first time any member of the Hasina family has openly acknowledged India's direct role. The new twist: Hasina sentenced to death. This revelation comes at a highly sensitive moment. Bangladesh's International Crimes Tribunal has just sentenced Sheikh Hasina to death for crimes against humanity during last year's protests and violent crackdown. The verdict has ignited massive unrest across major cities. Reports of street violence, clashes with security forces, and political chaos are increasing by the hour. To make matters more extreme, the US-backed interim government has issued a shoot-at-sight order to control the riots. The current Bangladeshi administration is now formally demanding that India extradite Sheikh Hasina back to Dhaka. India responds. And the message is clear. India's Ministry of External Affairs has acknowledged the situation but made its position very clear. India has taken note of the verdict. As a close neighbor, India remains committed to the peace, democracy, inclusiveness, and stability of the people of Bangladesh. India will continue to engage with all stakeholders in a constructive manner. In diplomatic language, this is a firm rejection of any rushed extradition. Sajeeb Wazed exposes the new government. Wazed also launched a direct attack on the interim government led by Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel laureate now accused by Hasina loyalists of orchestrating a political and judicial coup. According to Wazed, 1. The current government is unconstitutional and illegal. He alleges that Yunus's government seized power without democratic legitimacy. 2. US pressure altered Bangladesh's laws. Wazed claims Washington pushed Dhaka to fast-track Hasina's trial by changing multiple laws to ensure a quick conviction. 3. Her defense team was blocked from court. He says, "My mother wasn't even allowed to hire her own defense attorney. Her lawyer was banned from the courts." 417 judges were fired before the trial. He alleges they were replaced with inexperienced, politically connected judges to guarantee a specific verdict. If true, this would mean the trial was less a judicial process and more a state-engineered takedown. India will not extradite her, says Wazed expressed strong confidence in India. Extradition is impossible in such an illegal process. India will never support this. This indicates that India may offer political refuge to Hasina until stability returns, a move that could reshape regional geopolitics. Why this matters to the United States. For the US audience, here's why this story is enormously important. 1. Bangladesh sits at the heart of the India-Pacific rivalry. The US sees Bangladesh as a key strategic point to counter Chinese influence. 2. Hasina was known for balancing between India, China, and the West. Her removal could dramatically tilt the region. 3. India-US relations will be tested. If Washington pressures India to extradite Hasina while India refuses, tensions could rise. 4. The region is a powder keg. Bangladesh's unrest, India's involvement, and US pressure could combine to create a geopolitical flashpoint. The big question now: will India protect Sheikh Hasina at any cost? Will the US push harder for her extradition? And will Bangladesh descend further into violence or stabilize? This story is far from over.